Welcome to Gilded Trash Podcast, where life isn't always polished,
but it's usually entertaining.
Every episode, we dig through the stories, the chaos, and the occasional dumpster fire.
With a little comedy, a little honesty, and honestly, probably me getting myself into trouble by talking about something that I shouldn't.
Visit us at gildedtrash.com for new episodes, Scott's upcoming comedy shows, and everything happening with the podcast.
And if you want the behind-the-scenes nonsense, you're really that into it, or just the TikTok drama that Crystal somehow always finds herself in.
Come find me on TikTok.
I'm Scott.
I'm Crystal, and welcome to Gilded Trash.
Lanterns flicker, thunder rolls, Scott and Crystal on patrol. Back roads twist, the moon hangs low. Sasquatch tracks where the rivers flow.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Gilded Trash Podcast. We lied. We're here. We were going to take a break, but we didn't.
We didn't. We have time.
We found the time with all of your comedy activities and
too many.
And a child in tow, we are able to come to you as regularly scheduled. Even though the last episode was like way over 2 hours, I feel like this episode is going to be meaty too. So we're closing in on our second anniversary. August 17th is our 2-year anniversary of Gilded Trash. And we're in season 3 because of the way that we chopped it up. So it's kind of weird.
And it was our third season of the Kecksburg UFO Festival.
Yes.
And it'll be our second Squonkapalooza.
Will it be our second or will it be our third?
No, second. It's only been going 3 years. We weren't there the first one, I think.
Okay.
But,
yeah, so we'll be talking more about that
Mothman, Randy Savage.
The 15th. Oh, yeah, I forgot you got that. Awesome. And if you go back to our old episodes, like we've said it before, we'll say it again, like the vendors persist there. I love them. Oh, yeah. We have favorite vendors.
We do. And we looked for them.
Yeah.
We looked for them. They were set up to catch people coming from that other parking lot that we didn't know about.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's new, because I don't remember that being there last
year. I don't remember it either.
They must have had to put it in, because look how full it was. Yeah, it was great. I mean, we always have a good time there. And it was way busier, though, I think, because when we went, because remember, they had storms coming through. Mm-hmm. So the Saturday block I think deterred a lot of people. And then so everybody came Sunday to try to get their UFO fix.
Crazy story.
Yeah, floods everywhere.
Yeah, you were just sharing a video from...
Well, you saw the ones in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And now we just saw several in Pennsylvania from today.
Yep.
Yeah, very exciting.
So, since we were not researching for this episode, we came up with a list of questions that we are just going to hit. Some of them are segmented up into blocks of types of questions. We're just going to roll with it. I'm going to read the questions and we're going to get into it.
Go for it. Yeah.
And you may or may not hear thunder in the bathroom in the background.
You may hear thunder in the bathroom because one of us has explosive diarrhea. No, I'm kidding.
So I had a really amazing seafood and steak dinner cooked by Scott last night.
No lettuce. We're staying away from the cyclospora.
Yeah, no lettuce. All right. So anyways, this segment is about the show. We're in season 3 and we've got about 30 couple episodes behind us. So if you are newly joining us, what is Gilded Trash really about?
It's about anything and everything. It's about us. And it's about the community that we surround ourselves with. things that we find interesting. At its heart, Gilded Trash, what does that represent? It represents not being the perfect, like, society member, I guess, not being like this picture perfect, whatever, and making the best of every situation and the people and places that you come across.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, they're one of our slogans, I guess you'll call it, because we are going to be rolling merch back out later this year. One of our slogans is trashy with a touch of class.
Right.
But what does class mean? When people think of class, they think of like having money. But class is really just like how you conduct yourself, right?
Right.
And
it's
so
how you treat people.
It's how you treat people. That's exactly it. It doesn't matter if you do have a past. We all do. It's how are you treating people today?
That's all I look at. If I say somebody's a class act, it's because they are just beloved.
Right.
And they just, are just a great person to be around and a great person that, treats people good.
Yeah.
And it's also, one other thing, it's a little bit about Bigfoot. Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. If someone only listened to one episode, which one would you choose and why?
This is so tough.
This
might be the toughest question because I don't, it's hard to say to pick just one because I'd really have to I'd have to go back and look and see and compare and think about it a lot. But I guess I would say anything that we've done really, I think in the last year.
Right.
I'm saying because we were at the beginning, we're still, and I'm not saying some of those aren't really good, but I'm just saying we're finding ourselves.
Right. Like the later, the season 3 is emerging, right?
Right.
As a better season.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I just think.
And the later part of season 2.
Right. I would say that some of those are probably better, and I would recommend that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not one in particular. I can't think of one in particular where I'm like, this is the one.
Right.
This is the one.
Right.
I don't have one that jumps out at me like that.
Right, because we cover so much.
It's absolutely. I agree.
So this is almost similar. So it's what's one episode that deserved way more attention? I'm going to flip that on its head and say that the one that is damn trending.
That's what I would say. I want to say that too, because it's like the reverse of that question.
Right.
That episode really isn't about anything. It's like a clip episode.
It's a clip episode. It's a compilation of all the historic for season 1.
Right. Is our most viewed episode. And I would like it not to be.
Right.
I would like another one for people to find interesting. And it's only because, once it became that, then it stays that because it's like
that people think that there's something about it.
When people discover something, they're like, oh, because you do it. You're like, oh, what's the most listened to episode? Especially when if it's a podcast that's not just about one thing.
Right.
It's like a murder investigation or something.
Right.
That's different. Then you obviously start at the beginning. But most other podcasts where it's like it just covers a topic or like a item of the week or something or a guest of the week, you look and see what are the most downloaded episodes if you're getting familiar with it.
Right.
And it, for whatever reason, is, and I just wish it was a different one because I feel that one's like the least accurate representation.
Agree
just because it's not a regular episode.
So I think the episode that deserves the most attention is probably our latest episode, no lie. It covers a breadth of topics. They all intertwine. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know the answer to this one for me. Which episode exhausted you the most after recording it?
Oh my God.
None for you because you don't have any post-production responsibility.
But which one was it for you?
Scott Kelly, because I lost the whole damn episode.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was because it was so good too.
So those of you who weren't around, we recorded with Scott Kelly not once, but twice, because the first time
which was the banger episode.
It was a banger.
I'm not knocking the other one, but the first one was good because it was the first one. It was
high energy.
First take. You can't replicate that.
You can't. So that was exhausting for me and a huge lesson learned. But like all the ones where we were recording video, like who do I think we are? Like we're not Joe Rogan. We don't have a production team. It's just me and you. We both have full-time jobs and other things going on.
That's exactly right.
So why I thought that video would be fun is beyond me. And also that was before a baby. Now it's just not even feasible.
Right. And you still make your clips, but you just don't do, it's not live video. It's just stuff, pictures and stuff.
Right. I can still make, I would say that AI has advanced. I would say that AI has advanced in the last 3 years to get to the point where I can just comfortably make the clips.
Make clips.
Yeah. It's easy to do. It's very easy
to add something to just the voice. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
So what is the topic that while researching for the show you were surprised the most about?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Mostly because we know all this at the core of our souls.
I think the thing that really Chestnut Ridge.
Yeah.
I had no idea what the Ridge had in store. Like I didn't know how big and how well researched, how much there was out there about it. Like it was just way bigger than I expected, if that makes sense. Like I don't mean like there's just certain things you come across, especially like in the paranormal world, like cryptids, UFOs, aliens, ghosts, all that stuff. Certain things you come across, you expect now, like Gettysburg. You know that's well researched. You know you can do a ton of research on it,
right?
And like stories to delve into, things to look into, because it shows so vast,
right?
When we first heard about Chestnut Ridge, I had no idea the amount of time and effort and energy that these researchers and stuff have put into this.
Right.
And it's expansive, and you can like watch movies, documentaries, read books.
Yeah.
And I just had no idea I thought it was mentioned like a couple paragraphs like in a book somewhere.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like most of the things you come across in that field. I didn't know it was this huge undertaking of, like I said, researchers, investigators.
Well, it's a branch of Appalachian. It's a branch of Appalachian lore, right? That like you hear about all the other stuff, like all of it talked about. Every once in a while you'll hear about Kecksburg, but like you said, it's that's so well documented and researched.
Kecksburg, which we did know about, and I knew that was, that's like Pennsylvania's Roswell. So that is it's one of the most famous UFO stories in the United States.
Right.
I knew about that, but Kecksburg is one small piece of the Chestnut Ridge. It doesn't even really, it just so happened that it ended up at the Chestnut Ridge.
Right.
It doesn't really have anything to do with the lore of the Chestnut Ridge. It just it's just another story on top of these.
Right. It just happened to become the biggest story.
Right. Exactly. I mean, the other fun stuff is the wild, the other stuff you get into.
Right.
And you have to wonder, it's like, let's say the UFO did crash there. I mean, they saw this thing coming from Canada, so I think it was probably random that it crashed there. But what are the chances that it crashes there at this, like, paranormal, like, basically a Skinwalker Ranch type area?
Right.
It's this ridge of mountains that has all these crazy things happen. I mean, if a UFO crashed into Skinwalker Ranch, people would be like, what the fuck is going on here?
See, for me, like and I know that I have a hard time articulating it. It always boils down to like my version of science, right? But in my version of science, magnetically, it's high. That makes the most sense. sense to me.
I mean, I get that, but like I said...
Or electromagnetic.
Right, but because of the behavior of the craft prior to the crash and how far away that it was when it started behaving erratically, I think, I mean, maybe it was trying to make it back to something there.
Right.
Like a portal or something.
Right.
I would buy that. But other than that, I can't imagine that it would be just chance kind of thing that it might have happened there. Or maybe they travel along some sort of energy grid.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't know. You can speculate a lot there.
Have you ever changed your mind because of doing research for the podcast?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, quick break from the chaos because we need you, yes, you, to send us your weird.
Your cryptid sightings, your UFO encounters, your I swear this house is haunted moments, we want them all.
And don't just yell them into the void. Go to gildedtrash.com, click the contact link, and tell us everything.
This is your chance to make us pack up a car, drive 6 hours to the town that you live in or grew up in, and wander around in the dark while I question my life choices.
True story. If you've got a squonk in your backyard, a ghost in your attic, or just saw something in the woods that you can't explain.
We'll bring the cameras, the coffee, the bug spray, all of it.
The jerky.
The jerky.
Exactly, but we can't come to you if we don't know about it.
I mean, because of doing research for the podcast, I don't know that I've changed my mind.
No.
But I mean, I've definitely changed my mind because of research on like different investigations and stuff like that. And I mean, probably like maybe the Charlie Kirk thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm still not decided on that.
Same.
I'm back and forth. So it's like, depending on what day you ask me. So did it change my mind? I would say no. But my mind isn't made up on that.
Right.
So it's in flux.
So I will say that the only, like, the biggest mind change for me was flipping from liberal to conservative right before the podcast.
Right. Yeah, that was your own personal journey. It wasn't because of the podcast.
It wasn't because of the podcast, but the timing was because of the podcast. I like made the conscious decision to say it out loud. The catalyst for me changing my mind was Butler, Pennsylvania. And that was a hot topic that I wanted to cover on the podcast. And so I had to say that I was conservative out loud, which was weird for me because I was, again, we talked about this last week, leaning really far left.
Right. I would say that my views probably haven't changed that much. I've always been what I would consider, I mean, everybody, Clint described me like this at like 20, the term like socially liberal, fiscally conservative. Now that was a crack of thunder. They heard that, brother.
Yeah. It's awesome. I like it. I feel like we should be recording a Halloween episode.
Right. He would call me a compassionate conservative, which I hated that term because I hated the terms conservative or anything. I hate any political label.
Right.
Because if your views change, I don't line up with anybody. You know me. Which is why I don't talk about my real views in public or to other people that don't know me as a human being because they sound absolutely insane and very radical. But hey, that's the world we live in, brother.
Okay, so these are the ones that I think the listeners might be interested to hear more about. So how do we decide what becomes an episode?
Oh, that's a great question because we get lit up about something during the week. It doesn't matter what it is. And that's why it's so varied because it's just something that...
It's whatever we're fired up about during the week, whatever other people are talking about that we have an opinion on.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's a little bit what's going on in our world, a little bit what's going on in the regular world.
Like this thunderstorm.
Right. Are we knights?
What?
Be watching that, buddy.
Oh, yes. What is your research process?
What is my research process? That's interesting. I mean, I would say I start off with just a general search, just see what's out there.
Right.
Then I start deep diving, and I like to read, you know me, I like to read point, counterpoint, point, counterpoint, point, counterpoint, because I hate to be misled by facts, figures.
Spin. It's not the facts of the figures, it's the spin itself.
Right. I don't like to be misled by any research. So that's why I always look at point, counterpoint.
Right.
Then you start to develop an idea of the arguments by both sides.
Right.
Of whatever issue that you're looking at. And, you know, because like if somebody presents something, I want to hear the guy that's saying he can debunk this.
Right.
If it's like a theory for like a murder or, you know, whatever. Or a scientific theory or anything. Like, I want to hear what the people that say they have the other answer. This guy's wrong. I want to see what they have to say. And then I evaluate their arguments. And often it leads into fact-checking both of them.
Right.
And then you sort of see and usually someone's framing the argument dishonestly.
Right. Always.
Whether consciously or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think some people wholeheartedly believe something and they present it because they believe in a topic and they believe wholeheartedly in a topic. Some people are purposely dishonest because they want to try to sort of trick you into their line of thinking.
Right.
And then there's like the people that are pretty straightforward. And while you usually find a little bit of bias one way or the other, there's usually one person that, even though they may have a little bit of bias, they're aware of the own possibility of the fallacies within their own argument.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're aware of that, self-conscious of it, and they have an answer. They have a point counterpoint to that.
Right.
They have a response to that criticism.
Right. They've thought it through. They know it's a potential flaw in their argument.
Right. So, like, that's what I look at when I'm doing research. I really like to try to understand where the bias is and how to avoid it.
See, for me, I'm more of a puzzle solver when it comes to research. So I like to go scatter myself to the four corners and get all the angles first and then start like weighing the positive. I like to try to figure it out for myself first. And then when I arrive at a conclusion, then talk it over with my AI assistant or whatever. Before, I didn't even have that. I would just have to bounce it off of people until I got everybody's, like, to your point, counterpoint, like.
Well, like, I think that's it for me, is like, I think that I initially have a opinion going into something. And then it's sort of, but I'm very careful to try to not just find things that reinforce my opinion.
Right. I'm aware of echo chambers and I don't want to get sucked up into those. So I want to make sure that I'm understanding. But also, lucky for me and you, we're both more intelligent than the average Joe. So we can kind of make assumptions going in without having to lean into what somebody else has given opinion on.
And I try to find the nuance.
Right. I always wonder, like, what's the angle? Why are they coming at it from this perspective?
Right. I always try to, because we know that nothing is cut and dry. It doesn't matter what it is. So I want to understand the things that people may not even really be thinking about.
Right.
Or taking into consideration. Because I want to understand the influence that that's had on these other people.
Right.
That are like the research or whatever it is that I'm just using this as an example. Like, let's say like scientific research, if it's like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's is there something that let's say it's a scientific process to try to discover something about DNA. How reliable is the process? And the people that are presenting this, do they understand that the situation at hand to account for any of those nuances that may be there?
Right.
Because a lot of times
I can actually give an example that I love at work. So there's a broad assumption. Okay. So if you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, every Blue Cross product has a state behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a Blue Cross product in every state. But just because you live, for example, this is my favorite one. If you live in the state of Michigan, that doesn't mean that if you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan.
Right.
And people make that assumption all the time. And it impacts things in healthcare. Some people would be like, why does it even matter? It definitely matters in the healthcare space. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
So if that's the case, but here's, in reality, Michigan has a lot of car plants and they're unionized. Well, the union is in Illinois. So there's a higher likelihood that if you live in the state of Michigan and are employed, that you have Blue Cross of Illinois, not Blue Cross of Michigan. And it matters to your benefits, right? Again, it doesn't only making that it's so easy to make an assumption. Oh, you live in the state of Florida, so you have Blue Cross of Florida. That's not necessarily the case.
Right.
That's not how things operate, but it's so easy to make that assumption
that you don't even see that someone missed that assumption.
Right. And somebody could take that and go off on a whole tangent.
Right. And just imagine how this could be like in an investigation for something like that. An assumption like that.
Apply that type of weird one-off assumption to anything.
And that's hard to catch because all somebody has to do is say that unless you know specifically about the thing that's being talked about, you're not going to really catch it because it sounds completely normal. It doesn't even sound like anything.
Right.
It's not going to jump off the page at you.
No.
You have to know that it's wrong.
Right. You either have to have personal experience, like I live in Florida and have Pennsylvania.
And even then, it's going to be... Most people don't even understand.
They just know that they have Blue Cross.
Exactly.
That's it, right? So, but the reason why I'm calling it out is because some of those plans have better benefits than other plans. So if you extract or apply that same misapplication to something like an investigation, you're going to go down a rabbit hole that you shouldn't, or you're going to
you're looking in the wrong place. Yeah. It could lead to so many things. It's so many things that it could lead to. Just one little assumption like that. And now expound that out by all the wrong assumptions that people make about things, and you understand how somebody can completely you see something like the Scott Peterson case, how that could get blown out of proportion. And not only that, but we talked about this before in one of our episodes. Judges, prosecutors, cops get this thing where it's, I forget what it was called, but it's a psychological term where they think that they're doing good.
Right.
But they're actually causing more harm because they think that it's like...
It's almost like white knight proxy or something.
It's like...
I can't remember.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. And it's something like that. It's like... And it's misguided use of what they're doing.
Right.
They're not like necessarily even breaking the law or like changing evidence or something, but they're just so focused on this thing that they can't see the forest for the trees.
Right.
And it's because of this like, whatever
it's
this called.
Tunnel vision, whatever.
Yeah. And it's like but they think they're doing good. And it's something that happens. It's psychological.
Well, you see it a lot. I mean, we're going way off on a tangent, by the way. These are only supposed to be 10-minute questions.
No, it don't matter.
But you see that happening like the witch hunts.
Yeah.
one of those may have been positive intent, right? One of them. The rest we know were nefarious.
Right.
But one person genuinely believed that they were doing good by harming the world of something bad.
Right. That's exactly right. And how many things have been done throughout history? And this is like how many people have been doing the same repeated behaviors for thousands of years. We don't change.
Right.
We rinse and repeat.
Right.
And we do the same thing. We don't always do it in the same form. Like in the 1600s, it was witch hunts.
Right.
In this time, it was this, and then this time it was this, and now it's this.
Right.
But it's like
the intent.
Our behavior, our human minds repeat this. It's hardwired into us to do this.
Right.
And once you think you're on the side of right, that's it, dude.
Right, that's it. There's no telling you
what different. There's no telling what you may do for what that you feel is justified.
Exactly. No,
and
exactly.
And obviously people have limits. I'm not saying everyone does like crazy stuff based on it.
Right.
But I'm saying
but some people do, and
when you think you have like righteous indignation.
Right.
Like you're sometimes some people that aren't all there are willing when they have it, they're willing to take it to lengths that a normal person like you or I would never take it.
Exactly.
That's how you get fanatics and radicalized people, because it's people that aren't as well adjusted upstairs
for whatever reason.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Whether it was environment, chemicals,
it could be intellectually,
biology,
it could be mental illness, it could be anything.
Environment, it
PTSD, it could be so many different things it could be. And then you take that and you mix it with them having some sort of moral whatever.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I'm done.
Okay, sorry. Well, you said moral whatever.
Yeah, because I was just trying to stretch it because you weren't paying attention.
I was. How much gets cut?
Oh, no, I know. I'm just
saying.
I'm
saying how much of the show gets cut. That's a question.
Oh. Oh, fuck. Thank you, baby Jesus.
The power just went out for a split second. None of the show content of the show ever gets cut.
No,
we cut out
the cough and the bullshit. God damn it!
Just continue. There's
we cut it. I mean, we cut out the some bullshit, but that's about it. Just nothing. None of the topics or anything like that. Or
we don't censor ourselves at all, and there's like. We don't say anything. We're so much ourselves that there's never any oopsies. But I will say that like in the very, very, very early episodes, there's like a lot of B-roll shit where I was miserable. I was a miserable fat bitch for 6 months. I mean, most of my life, but no, I find joy. I do. But no, because there was so much involved in the early days of recording and it just felt like such a hassle, it made what felt like really fun not feel so fun. So there's a lot of B-roll leading like the first 20 minutes of us trying to get our cameras adjusted and all that,
right?
Where we're talking shit to each other. I'm crying. I'm moaning about how I look. That was all cut, but I have it all saved somewhere.
Right. But I mean, that's nothing. That's like we don't cut anything like no crazy takes or nothing.
No, there's nothing. We don't. It's usually bathroom breaks. I mean, have we ever recorded an episode that was impossible to release? No. Now, the only thing that we are very secretive or don't talk a lot about is the baby, but that's just because
we're still in the process.
We can't talk about it. Right. So
that's it. That's not anything to do. It's not because anything's going on. It's just because it's still going on. And
right.
We just can't talk about it.
Right. It's.
We will talk about it.
We will. We cannot wait. But until then, yeah. So no, we've never recorded anything that we couldn't release other than the time that I forgot to hit the record button.
Oh, Lord.
Do we start with opinions or develop them while we're discussing?
I mean, I don't know that. I mean, sometimes I guess that we might develop them a little bit, but like most of the time, your opinion's usually like your initial,
Right.
like you're processing in your head.
Right. We're very opinionated to begin with.
I think everybody is, and I just think that you process that ahead of time before talking.
Right. Absolutely. And again, the topics that we discuss are ones that because we're familiar with them, like they were going on or whatever, like, so we already had formed opinions prior to recording.
Right,
we were just
right.
sharing them with
We
you
have
guys.
a take, yeah.
But I will say that we don't like obviously you and I know each other very well. We talk all the time. So a lot of what we discuss on the show, we've discussed prior to the show.
We try to not sometimes.
But that's exactly what I'm getting at, is that we try to not bounce everything off of each other so that it can be like new to us on the show when we're talking to each other. Right,
because a lot of times your best reaction is your instant reaction.
Is your first real reaction. Appalachian.
It's your first reaction.
Talking about reactions.
It's your first reaction.
So this segment is about each other, and I'm not doing all the questions here because we just did. If you guys go back and listen to our Till Death Do Yinz part episode,
yeah, we did some stuff like
that. We did the dating in depth. So,
or whatever that's called, the newlywed game.
But this is more podcast specific. So
yeah.
Is there a habit about each other that drives you insane on the podcast?
Yeah.
Have at it.
You want me to say
yes, it? Yes.
I hate when you talk while you're exhaling smoke.
Oh, okay.
Because
with the smoke.
Because it makes your voice, it changes your voice on the thing, and you can tell.
Oh.
Because you'll be like,
I totally know what you mean. As somebody who listens back to the audio millions of times,
you could probably do that. Yeah, that would be the thing. Yeah.
Okay. I can live with that. That's the second time that you've referred to my smoking as the only thing that annoys you about me.
Oh, the way there's a lot of noise involved. I don't know what it is. It's noisy for some reason. I don't know.
Oh my God. I don't even know. There's some kind of like, because to me, and
I'm sure I make noise too, but
I don't like notice it if you do. I don't pay attention.
It just seems loud to me. It must just be a thing about, well, because it's not just you. You're not the only person that has ever done it. Women do it more than men. But I have met men that do it.
Right.
But Grandma Reed did it, and it used to drive me crazy.
Right. No, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm conscious of it sometimes.
Right.
But it's just, I'm not going to get into like the history with me smoking. So
right.
No, but that's fair and valid, and I will take that criticism. Like for me on the podcast, I think when I'm trying, because I take some time to get to where I'm going a lot. And while I'm trying to articulate, you jump in with something that makes me forget what I was going to say. But I think that's our conversations all the time in general. So it's not necessarily annoying because that's why we have this episode. Like in one of the segments, we're going to hit on a couple things where we're like, oh shit, I wanted to cover this, right? So it's not an annoyance per se, but it does happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can take that.
Which segues into the next question. Who derails conversations more?
I mean, it depends on the day and what we're talking about.
And the subject.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It depends on what we're talking about because it could easily get 50-50. It could go either way.
Who gets emotionally invested in a topic?
You.
Yeah, me. That's for sure me. Like, I don't think you have, you're
get
passionate about things, but I don't think you get emotionally invested.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I like that question.
I would totally agree.
The other questions, there's one more that I'm going to read, but I don't know that we have an answer to. I'm just curious. What's something listeners assume about your marriage that's completely wrong?
I have no idea what people assume. I don't even think about that kind of stuff.
So based off of things that people have said about me, I think that people assume that I like wear the pants in the family, or like but I
don't. Yeah.
Do I?
No,
or do you let me think I do?
No, I mean,
I think it's balanced. Like, do I drive more of the decisioning?
It depends on what it is.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. Because if it's like a purchase, or a house fixer-upper, you're going to drive that more. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know that anybody assumes anything about us.
Right.
I really don't. But
no, I don't.
Like I said, if I'm making an assumption based off what I think other people assume, it's that I'm like the alpha.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's probably what people would assume.
But it's weird. It's a weird dynamic because you're a very alpha male. So for an alpha male to have a alpha female, yeah, I think you are.
Am I?
Just balanced, maybe. You're not you're not
like
you're not like that toxic masculinity prototype.
Well,
Let's just put it that way.
I get it, but I'm very much a man's man.
You're a man's man. You are a man's man.
No,
but you don't like when you were younger. Did you pop off toxic masculinity when you were in your 20s?
Oh,
yes.
Probably. I'm sure. Yeah.
Have you mellowed out? Yes, but you're a man.
I think that's what happens with men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like saying our teenage boy is horny. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, of course.
Right.
It's like that's just a natural progression of how life goes.
Right.
I think for the most part, anyway. Let's go.
The next topic is human behavior.
Human behavior.
And what ChatGPT said about this,
is
this is where your show really lives. So I expect these questions to be profound.
Okay. I'm here for it. It's because I studied under the great Dr. Gregory House when it comes to human analysis, psyche analysis.
I love House
so
much. Oh, we need to watch that.
In the book House and Philosophy, like there's a lot that goes into it that you don't even. I've thought about it so many ways, but anyway, I don't want to get into it, but like to me, it's so. And of course, there's times in the show. It's how many seasons long,
right?
Of course, there's some parts of it that are better than others. But I've said this before. Like, I mean, obviously, the prime period is, you're like, I would say season 2 to like 5. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And is like the best. And then it like kind of gets, some people will argue other, you know what I mean, stuff, this and that. But then it like kind of like fell off. And then, but I think that final season, they recreated the magic that made it special to begin with. You know what I mean? Like when they brought in that Chinese girl.
Oh, I love her.
And the other girl from the other movie. You know who I'm talking about? Joanna.
Yes. Yeah, I can't think of her name in real life, but she's a good actress. Yeah.
Yeah, and that season was really good.
I think she actually also plays on Grey's Anatomy for a little bit. I could be wrong, but I know who you're talking about.
But regardless, and the thing that I love about House, and this is what is like, people, are like, oh, because I remember I told you Grandma Reed used to be like, he's such a jerk. I don't know why anybody would, you know what I mean?
But I do.
But no, but that's the thing though, is like when you only take it in little pieces, it's that way. But then when you see the layers to it, and then you begin to like because it's almost like it's like one way that you could live. You know what I mean?
Right. As a human, you could progress through life this way.
With this perspective of always, like this very negative, sort of pragmatic approach. But then you see the other characters too, and you see how that affects him and how that, you know what I mean? It's beautifully written.
It is, but I almost wish that he would have had a stronger female love interest that would have, because I don't think Cuddy was strong enough to like counter.
Well, their dynamic, because it was great when it was will they, won't they?
Right.
And you know, this is the story of TV. Once they do, when they play will they, won't they, it's happened in how many shows? When they play that it's like the best. And once that happens, it's over.
Right. No, I get it.
It's like jumping the shark. You know what I mean? It's like,
I get it.
And so it finally it reached this thing. But like, here's the thing is like, it was like they ran out of stuff to do with her. I think she was getting bored with the role.
Okay.
And I think that came through a little bit. And it just, you know what I mean? The show took it's a dark show. I think it's lighter earlier. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It has its dark moments, but I think there's a little bit more humor. But they go to some dark places because of House's addiction and stuff. Just his, everything. Like, they go to some really dark places. It's like, it's a dark show. And while there is always a little bit element of, it lost sort of that lightheartedness for a couple of seasons. But that's what I think they got back then, the final season, was they recaptured that jovial sort of,
right,
where House was, it felt like he was engaged again.
Yeah.
I know this sounds ridiculous, but it's like his character was engaged again.
Right.
Like it was
almost like you walked with him and felt the darkness for a minute,
that's absolutely what it is. And I don't know if they intended that way, but it is like that. Like it goes dark, but then he gets.
I like the darker episodes though, too.
Oh no. I mean, there's some great stuff.
One of my favorite episodes is the one where he's in the psych ward with the Hamilton guy.
Oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got the dude from Homicide. What's his name? Andre. He died.
Oh, Andre Braugher.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
But he's like the psychiatrist or whatever. Yeah. That's like a good relationship.
Yeah, oh God, yeah, he's so good at
You know what I mean? Like they're good with the back
and
forth. But
even like the music in House is amazing.
Well, I was going to say that. And this is something that people don't talk. It really speaks volumes to the depth of a performer that Hugh Laurie is.
Oh yeah, hell yeah!
I mean, this guy.
What were we just listening to? He was playing piano in a.
Yeah, well, that's just like Dave Matthews talks about it, like in the because he's on an episode where he plays like a savant piano player, and he's like. Talking about Hugh Laurie, he's like, listen, one of us had hand doubles, one of us didn't,
right?
And it was, you know what I mean,
right.
And it wasn't me, you know what I mean,
right.
Like, he was the one that, and he's like, well, I mean, you've seen him on Saturday Night Live, you've seen him, do all sorts of things, but he's a very talented musician. He plays on House, lots of things. He's super talented, and.
Well, for you, what's the best musical moment?
That is a super tough one. Brett Dennen.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's that. That's really good. But there's a really good one with LL Cool J, where he's a prisoner and he's trying to kill himself because he's on death row.
Yeah, I remember that.
But they do Jeff Buckley, Hallelujah.
Yeah.
But also, there's a lot of things. That's where I discovered the Alanis Morissette song, the Not As We, or whatever, you know what I mean? That one there. The Procol Harum
I was just
one.
gonna say that's mine.
Because
Whiter shade of pale.
Yeah, because they start off with house playing and then it goes into it. So many, that's what I love about so many of their musical moments is it like, they take what's going on in the story and then it goes into something that's like playing in the background for their little montage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like towards the end, you know how shows like have a formula, and that one's no different because it was still on regular TV.
Right.
It was still during that age of regular television where it was a formula for how serial dramas. And not that they couldn't veer from that a little bit, but the old montage towards the end. You know what I mean? Sons of Anarchy used it.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Don't get me started.
But I'm just saying let's talk about montages for a minute. A great montage will... You know what I mean? Done well with the right music, it works well.
I know. I love a good montage. That's not this episode. We're supposed to be talking about human behavior.
Oh, what were we talking? Oh, how? Okay, all right.
We just diverted.
I don't know. I didn't know what we were talking.
Who goes off subject more? How do you?
Go ahead. You were asking me favorite musical movie. I thought we were talking about television, to be honest.
No, we were talking about human behavior. And all I said is, ChatGPT said, this is where your show lives. And you were like, that's because
okay, yeah.
you live by the philosophy of Dr. Greg.
Yes, I do. And now you know why.
So apply his principles here. Why are people so willing to believe obvious nonsense? It's never lupus.
It's never lupus. And no, because people are idiots. We talk about this all the time.
Right. Like the national average.
People are inclined. It's human evolutionary behavior.
Right. And we're not being, I just want to clarify here because sometimes when we're talking about people being dumb, it sounds like we're being snobs, right?
No.
We have higher than average IQs or slightly above average IQs. But that doesn't
even matter. That's not even the point here.
But what I'm saying is statistically, the average human in life is fucking dumb. That's statistically correct.
I mean, anybody that doesn't look around and see that, it's probably dumb.
Right.
So, I mean...
Some people don't care to know.
If you were listening to this and you disagree with that statement, I'm not talking about you. Okay? I'm not talking about you.
Right.
But no, I mean, I just think that's the reason is because it's human beings.
So you don't think that it's a combination of that and people just have a fascination with believing things that are
outlandish. Well, that's what I mean. That absolutely is the case. When I say, like, that's the way that people think about the human behavior is like, no, a lot of it is the way that your mind is geared to think. Do you know what I mean? Because of the way that things were for, so long. You know what I mean? Our minds aren't built. Our minds didn't grow to be what they are today in the world that we live in today.
Right. And the world that we live in now has happened quickly.
And so people, media companies, governments, religions have used the magicians. They use the same tricks.
Right.
It's all about playing the tricks on the weak spots of your mind.
Right.
Your mind has certain vulnerabilities. Everybody's does. They show it all the time in these like shows where they like you trick your mind, where they trick your mind because everybody's mind, like
right. It's not about IQ at that point. It's about chemical and biological programming.
Right. It's about what your mind is even capable of.
Right.
And there's blind spots, so to speak,
right.
in your mind's engineering or whatever
Correct.
that people can play on. And I'm not saying it's all trickery, but I'm saying those same vulnerabilities also exist at a deeper level. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of those are like surface tricks, like I'm saying, like a magician, but the other tricks are used to play on those same psychological, not weaknesses, but vulnerabilities.
Right. Right. Gaps.
Yeah.
Programming gaps. I like this question. What is the biggest misconception about conspiracy theorists?
But they're all crazy.
Right. I don't think it's right. I had to read that again because it's theorists. Like, not about being a conspiracy theorist. It's about theorists as a whole. And I would agree with that statement that they're all crazy. They're not all crazy.
No. And the thing is like, you know, it's like, I mean, some things are crazier than others, but I'm just saying you can be a super intelligent person and get caught up in a conspiracy theory. Again, just because you're super intelligent doesn't mean you don't have the same. Look how many super intelligent people have joined cults, given all their money to shit,
right?
Done things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're super smart doesn't mean that you're immune to being tricked,
right?
Or to being duped, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Like, you're everybody's mind, no matter how good it is, has vulnerabilities. Einstein's mind had vulnerabilities, and everybody's are different. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's all different things. So it's like there's nobody's mind is perfect. Is the point? You know what I mean? Like, nobody has like a perfect defense against all things.
I keep getting duped into national elections that I don't care about anymore.
Right. I mean,
damn it.
That's a bigger illusion, but
I like this I really like this question because my theory is not going to be the same as yours.
Okay.
Why are people addicted to outrage?
Why are people? Because that's what the media and social media, and because you have to always up the ante in the world that we live in. And it started back like with sensationalism journalism and stuff. And it's like it's progressed even at hyperspeed because of the internet and, like, you know, all kinds of things. But you always have to up the ante, or you don't get your voice will get lost in the madness. And so not necessarily, but it very well most likely will, but people want to be heard so bad that they'll take any avenue to receive some sort of attention, bad or good,
right?
Negative or positive. So that's where, like, all this outrage culture, you know what I mean, comes from all of that just pushing forward.
I hear you. However, I would counter that I've seen the movie Tomorrowland, and I think that the more that we participate in social media outrage, the more it amplifies the signal, like a real chemical biomagnetic signal that's amplifying outrage.
I mean, that very well may be part of it.
It's like spreading symptoms.
It's like Ghostbusters too. The slime.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's the slime.
Yeah.
It's Tomorrowland, the satellites beaming negativity beams down here. Why do people defend influencers that they've never met?
Again, it goes back to, we talked a lot about this in the last episode, or two episodes ago. Because people latch onto things. Again, the way the human mind works, it's not built for the world that we live in with this the human mind is overstimulated right now like no other time in history.
Right.
So our minds aren't built to process information coming at us this fast.
Right.
So it exposes some real weird things that happen with the mind in certain people.
Right. We're like 1982 Dell desktops trying to process cloud information today.
Right. It's like it just doesn't work.
Our processors aren't that fast.
No, it just doesn't work. And so some people are able to compartmentalize that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And go about your life and do. Most people can do that. However, we've seen that some people, this triggers something. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, for whatever reason, you know what I mean? People latch on.
I've gone through
and become obsessed.
I've become obsessed with creators. I have micro obsessions anyway. I go through periods of micro obsessions with lots of things.
But again, though, a lot of people do.
But
what is an obsession versus just because you're watching it or something all the time? That I wouldn't call that. I call that like it's an obsession for a time period, like it's a phase. Whereas these people take it to a different level. We're not talking. You've never taken. There's a line that is crossed between normal like fandom of anything, right, and what these people do, right. You know what I mean? Like to make it personal in any way, right? You would never step over the bounds to try to like.
Because here for two reasons. One is because I innately understand that celebrities are just literally humans too. Right. So like I've never like I've met lots of celebrities over the years just in passing or whatever. I don't freak out, I don't fangirl, I don't obsess. I just talk to them like I would talk to any other human that I'm meeting in passing. Although depending on who it is, I might have like a specific thing that I say to them just to like see if I can get an answer or whatever. Like when we were at JD Legends and I was trying to talk to like that No West kid or whatever.
Well, right, but I mean that's a little bit different.
I was trying to like get podcast intel for that one.
Well, and not only that, but that's also like. That's that's like the entry tier.
Right. But that's where it starts. Like if you can be there, but there are some people that
I understand that, but I'm saying
there's creators on socials that aren't even entry tier.
Oh, no, I get it.
Not even entry tier, and they have scores of defenders.
No, I get it. It's weird for people to do any. To me, it's weird for people to, group up for anything, and social media just puts it on full display. I mean,
it's entertaining and exhausting and all the things.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else. It's McDonald's.
Yeah.
As Jim Gaffigan says, it's McDonald's. It doesn't matter. What was that noise?
That was my Insta. Speaking of brushes with celebritydom, it was Brandy Legs from Nashville.
Oh, right.
Posting on Insta. What up, girl?
But what was the question?
Why do people defend influencers that they've never met?
Right. Yeah, just, like I said, the same reason that people do all kinds of other stupid shit.
Right. And meanwhile, like, I'm over here, like, every influencer I see, I'm like, I got a checklist in my brain that runs in real time.
I just want to stop using the word influencer.
Right.
It's such a dumb...
I don't know what to call them.
Well, no. I'm not saying you personally.
And like anybody who doesn't do like a job, like
I'm saying as a society, the fact that we have this term
influencer, I get it. I get it.
The whole thing is just ridiculous.
Creator, let's create. I don't. They're not. Not all of them are creators either.
Right. Well, that's just it. I don't know that they're creating or influencing anything except for a bunch of fucking morons that watch them every day.
Right.
Like,
but that's the beauty of it is now, like, you can be your own star.
No, I get it. I get
you don't
all
have
of it.
a production.
You don't need to argue with me why people can like it. I get that.
If I would have had social media when I was like 8, I'd be a star right now.
Well, but regardless, I'm just saying, like, it's dangerous.
It is.
For what most people, like, are capable of handling it for. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all the crazy shit we see on your own Facebook with just people that we know.
Right. No,
like,
I know.
Half the people we know are fucking nuts.
Right, and got drama going on
that's
constantly.
What I'm saying. But regardless, anyway, go on to the next thing.
So we are done with human behavior because we're always
That was a good way to wrap
it
up because that's the worst of it.
The worst of the worst. So our next segment is getting ready to come up on my favorite season, which is spooky and paranormal.
Ooh, paranormal.
What is one paranormal story that you secretly hope is true?
Ooh, now these are serious questions. One that I secretly hope is true. Ooh, man. Because there's so many, you know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch that I really hope are true. I'm going to go twofold on this.
Okay.
I'm going to go, it's the same story, but in two different things. One is applied to me, and one is a greater story that everybody knows. And that's the Headless Horseman. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now, this also goes, though, because there's a story of there's all kinds of stories of Headless Horseman. But the one that my grandma used to tell about the crossroads at where her grandma grew up, Steelman Marker, and that's the one that I hope is true. Just because.
Just because why?
Because it was grandma's story.
It was grandma's story.
Yeah.
And you want to believe it. Like, because she told it with belief in her heart, and you want to believe that
Well, because, like, her grandma probably used it to scare her.
Right.
I mean, but there was a lot of weird stories in there, and I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? Or there could have just been a horse riding in the middle of the night, and every time they heard that, they were just like, oh, that's the Headless Horseman. You know what I mean? To the kids. But regardless of any of that, Grandma Hall told a lot of stories, and we've talked about Grandma Hall was a very, very old-timey woman.
I don't know what that means, but.
Well, Grandma Hall was like.
Was she Puritan old-timey?
No, she was like old country. You know what I mean? Whatever they were. Like old German witches.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like our old neighbor, Barb's mom and dad.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying they had a lot of knowledge from the old country.
Yeah.
Like a lot of.
I bet you she knew how to make that.
A lot of lotions and potions.
Pine tree sap, cough syrup.
Probably, I'm sure. Grandma used to make all kinds of stuff that Grandma Hall showed her how to make. All kinds of mountain stuff.
For me, a paranormal story that I wish were true, or that I hope is true. I mean, secretly, I don't have any secrets, but.
Ooh, I just thought of one, though. Amityville Horror. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I thought about that, but like then that implies that I promote schmurder, and I don't, right?
Why? Why would that be you promoting that?
Which part do you is true that
Well, we know he murdered the people.
Was he possessed?
No, I'm talking about the haunting.
Okay. The haunting afterwards.
The haunting.
Okay. All right.
Not that we know the murder happened.
I know.
I don't care about why or what he did. Any of that nonsense.
I secretly hope that everything the Laurens ever said is true.
There's so many good ones.
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Here's a better question. What paranormal movie do you wish was true? Was like a real story?
You know what I'm going to say.
Poltergeist. As soon as I asked a question, I knew you were going to say, but I think mine would be, I don't know if I wouldn't want it to be real because it would be too fucking scary, The Exorcist.
Yeah, but allegedly that is kind of real.
Well, it's based on, you know how it is, and the actual story is subject to a lot of scrutiny, to say the least.
Right, agree.
And
isn't the original story Ed and Lorraine?
No, it's a boy.
Oh, that's right. It was a boy in Ohio, maybe?
In Germantown.
Pennsylvania.
No. In, like, where the movie is.
Oh, in Maryland.
Yeah.
Maryland.
Yeah, in not Germantown. I said the wrong thing. Georgetown. In D.C. I said Germantown. That's a town around D.C., but it's Georgetown.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Well, that's where it takes place in the book, too.
Yeah, I know that's where it takes place.
Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure that...
I thought the actual child was based off of, like, a case in Ohio or something.
I thought that it happened in Maryland, for sure. But regardless of any of that, continue, and I'm going to look that up.
All right. Well, hold on, because you look that up, Yaugi wants a treat. He's not going to let me alone in jargon one.
Oh, yeah, Roland Doe from Maryland. His real name was Ronald Hunkler. They did the first exorcism at Georgetown, but they were from Cottage City, Maryland.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Which is somewhere down there. It's somewhere in PG County. So
Gotcha. Okay, so what is one paranormal claim that you think is complete nonsense?
This is going to be fun because it's going to be one that I said I wish was true. The Amityville Horror.
Right. Yeah, I know.
I wish it was true, but I just don't. I just don't buy it.
I don't either.
To me, it just doesn't. It's very convenient.
Very.
And it's like, I get it. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that the Lutzes didn't experience absolutely, and maybe there was some paranormal, but to the level that they absolutely not. I just don't buy it. But regardless, anyway.
Agree because there'd be more documented instances of that being able to happen if that were the case. I don't know. But anyway.
Right. What's yours?
A paranormal claim that I think is nonsense?
Yeah. Not just any, the one.
I can't even think of any right now. Like, that are allegedly real.
Right.
There's a lot. Like, for me, it's like whether or not local ones. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so for me to we've done episodes on like local lore, right? So there's like is there local lore around?
Oh, there's plenty of local ones. I don't believe
that. I don't believe. Sure. Well, I think we even covered it. I just ran across an old clip where we were out at like the gates of hell, right?
Right. Well, what's so funny too is like the patterns that you see from region to region of the same stories basically told.
Right. Everybody has a gravity hill.
Everybody's got all the different ones. But yeah.
There's a couple different places where the hands prints are on the trunks of cars if you leave them. Like there's so many, it's the same story, but it's just attributed to a different region.
Right.
And they ascribe it to
they add their little local stuff and they put, exactly. Urban legends.
Urban legends. Those are the ones that are
They made a
complete
whole movie about
nonsense.
it.
Yeah. The nonsense is the urban legends. If you could investigate one place with unlimited access, what would it be? Where would it be?
One place with unlimited access? Raven Rock.
Isn't that like a military complex?
It's like underground, thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what's down there. We grew up with all the stories. I want to see what's actually down there.
Okay. That's an interesting choice because that wouldn't really be paranormal, but
Oh, I mean, I forgot that we were on paranormal, and I just took it to mean in general. I was like, unlimited access, I'm not going to waste it on paranormal. You know what I mean?
So if
you're getting a wish with unlimited access, I'm just saying, like, I'm not wasting it on a sanitarium. But if you want me to go that road,
yeah,
then I took that in such a wrong way.
I love that answer though, because now you got my gears turning. Like, how can we get unlimited access?
So if I can investigate any place with unlimited, I think it'd be cool to do like Eastern State Pen or some place like that.
I feel you.
I don't know that specific place, but I would love to do any of those old prisons that like are supposedly haunted with unlimited, like they give the TV shows where they can just wander around at nighttime and do whatever, or one of the castles. Like one of the old European castles that's like awesome. Supposedly haunted or whatever. That would be for paranormal, sure.
For me, it would be either the Winchester House.
Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good one.
Just because of my obsession with architecture as well. Like it kills two birds with one stone because you get like the paranormal and the architecture, or I think is it the Stanley?
Or whatever that thing
the
is.
Hotel.
That's based on for the Shining thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I think those would be really fun. Again, both of them are huge too, so it offers up a lot of opportunity to discover
Another
things.
Fun one would be that hotel in L.A. with the Asian girl and the Cecil.
Yes. Oh God, that was a crazy.
I'm scared just thinking about it. It feels weird.
That's a weird case.
But anyway.
Have you ever genuinely scared yourself researching something?
Oh my God, yeah.
All the time, because we deep dive.
Yeah, and I scare myself. I've been scaring myself since researching stuff since I was young.
Yeah. Right.
That's what you do.
Right. Well, one of the earliest books I remember reading was Follow the House of Usher. So, like, I've always been, like, fascinated with the macabre.
Right. I can think of so many times when I've had myself so psyched up about, well, I told you the story of the Miller's Church, finding the founder, the 666. It was wild, dude.
Yeah, so, and it's fun too. Synchronicities always make it a little scarier too.
Well, that's just it.
Like when I was researching or when I was talking to ChatGPT about the Berenstain Bears, and then it came up on.
Right.
That was wild. What evidence would actually convince you of any of it?
Are we talking specifically paranormal? And by paranormal, I mean like ghost.
All of it, like,
or are you encompassing like cryptids? Mm-hmm. Because I'm already convinced of UFOs.
Okay.
Cryptids, pretty sure, like the Bigfoot thing. Like I'm pretty sure there's at least some thing to some of the stories.
Okay.
And ghost, I would have to like. I'm not saying that. Like, I don't know, like, full body apparitions? Maybe not. But, like, stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Right. Is what we attribute to being a ghost actually something more like
playing, like, on your mind?
Right.
Like,
that. I do believe a lot of it is that, but like, what about the time where you and I both time jumped? Like, that's not
residual energies.
right. So in that case, is it residual energy? And I guess that we can't talk about that without, for anybody who didn't hear us talk about that on that episode. But essentially, to cut a long story short, we both experienced something at the same time where we were like, I know that a second ago, this thing was specifically there. And in the same moment,
I watched time reverse. I watched something jump out of the trash can.
right.
Back onto the floor.
And I, in the meantime, was hanging clothes and watched something fall on the floor. And when I went to pick it up, it was 4 feet away from where I had seen it land.
I went to put there was trash laying in front of the trash can. I don't remember what it was. I went to pick it up. I threw it in the trash can. Then here's how I know it wasn't like a bouncing out.
Right.
Time passed.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to say I'm going to say 2 to 3 seconds, but enough that the thing had landed in the trash.
It was secure in the trash.
And then, I looked away for a second, and then, I look, and it's back on the floor exactly where it was prior to me picking it up.
Right. Right. I know. It's insane. So in that case, do I think those are ghostly events? No. I believe that more often than not, the things like the moving of things, the unexplained movement of things, those kind of things are either timeline shifts or they are glitches in the matrix, or
it could be so many things, but I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily attribute it. That's why I phrased the thing when you said, what would it take me to convince me of ghost? Like, ghosts in what regard?
Right. Like apparitions, I feel like they're all lumped together and there's so many different things. Like, when you watch a psychic go into a space and all of a sudden they're like acting like crazy. They're like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I can't breathe right now. It's so sad and heavy in here, blah, blah, blah. Do I believe that that residual bad energy can cause sensitive people to experience it while they're in that space? Yes.
Right. And here's the other side of it too, is I don't want to in any way to make it seem, I love ghost hunting and doing all that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to be true. Any of it.
Right. You know any of the ghost shit I want to be true, but right now.
But it's as far as most of it though is bullshit.
Right.
Most of it is bullshit. 95, maybe probably even higher than that.
Going back to our earlier segment on people believing nonsense, it's like bullshit plus hope plus mystique.
But again, though, I'm not saying that there's not weird things.
Right.
But I just think in the sense of thinking that I don't know, it's weird because it's I do think that sometimes there's I don't know. Do I think that there's people's spirits hanging around on Earth? You know what I mean? Doing haunting people?
No, not haunting.
I'm saying being ghost. No, but do I think that there's energies that are around and stuff?
Right. I feel
because there's definitely weird things that happen and these things that that can be, but I think it's connected to something that's happened there, past, present, future, whatever. The energy causes weird things to happen and people read into it their own stories of things, and because it very well may be something that's happened there, but I don't think it's necessarily those people.
Right.
Just because to me, for example, I'm just going to say this. Let's say you're at the Lizzie Borden house.
Okay.
They there may be things that happen there because of like traumatic things that happen there. So maybe like there's like, but do I think that the spirit of Lizzie Borden is coming at night and doing stuff?
Right.
No. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that weird things maybe could happen there because of energies, like whatever.
Yeah. So on the next episode, the August 15th episode, we're going to continue with this style for one more episode.
Of what?
And we're going to get into. So I've been talking to Gemini about our episodes on YouTube. And Gemini has caught some things where we could have expanded more and talked more about it.
Ooh.
Has caught things where we probably should have had some facts to back up our shit.
Oh, we were wrong?
But most of the time...
I was going to say, we pretty much, I don't think, claim to be right.
Yeah, we
often offer up and say, I have no
clear,
idea what I'm
right.
talking about.
It's very clear that most of that is our opinion.
Right.
And we have a very, very loyal listener who gives us really great insight into our episodes, and it's non-AI generated. It's like he's
our best. Nobody's more engaged. We're just going to shout it out. Mike P.
Yep.
You, at least, I'm not going to say that because can't speak to each person's individual relationship with the show.
Right.
But when it comes to feedback,
yeah.
Like, and you can tell somebody that actually is listening and absorbing, thinking about what you're saying, thinking about how they think in response to what you're saying. Like,
I wish I had a couple Mike P's at work. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and I wish we had a couple more of them listening.
Right. Listen, like if you happen to stumble across his commentary, which we're going to actually respond to some of it.
Yeah, read the YouTube comments.
But, and you have any kind of thoughts or comments, even if you want to say you guys were blatantly wrong, your opinion's wrong, we want to know.
Right.
Like, comment on our stuff.
And not only that, and I'll say this, he and I, we talk all the time.
Right.
And we talk about a lot of this stuff.
Right.
So, like, that's how engaged he is.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
He's like, he engages fully. Like,
right.
we go down, we talk about some crazy shit. You want to talk about some crazy shit? Don't read through our text chain. It involves, I mean, just about every conspiracy we've ever talked about on this podcast, and then probably about 140 more. Ones that we made up.
Right.
Just crazy shit we think. But it's not all about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of it's about other stuff, but I'm just saying.
Right. I mean, you guys talk a lot about sports.
Yes. Fair. Oh, yeah. We talk about a lot of sports, politics, just normal stuff.
Right.
But then we also talk about other crazy shit.
Rabbit holes.
Yeah,
too.
Of course.
All right. So a couple quick ones out of these two, and then we got Scott's takes, rapid fire. Scott takes.
Ooh.
That's what we're going to call our rapid fire is going to be called Scott takes.
Like a hot take.
Yeah.
Scott takes.
Scott takes.
Hot cakes. Scott cakes. Scott takes. Scott takes Scott cakes.
So this is a little comedy segment since you are a up and coming comedian.
Allegedly. I'm not allegedly. Up and coming. I'm already up. I'm trying to
go.
I'm trying to
come to a town near you.
Yeah,
so book them.
So
reach out.
Book them if you got.
Reach out to us on gildedtrash.com if you want to book Scott Reed at your next event.
Any manner you so choose to reach out, please do so.
Insta, Facebook, filling out a form on our website.
Right, anything.
You can email him. You can email me. Anyways, so has comedy made you more skeptical of people?
No, I mean, I was already super skeptical of people.
Right. I don't know why that's a question.
It's definitely not made me more. I've already have a heightened skepticism. Like,
what is the biggest difference between a comedy audience and a podcast audience?
That's a great question. Well, comedy, people want to react. It's a very much a give and take thing right there in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, it's you want immediate gratification.
Right.
A podcast, you have way more room in the sandbox to talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. So, and the people that are listening aren't looking for you to, they don't need you. It's not a laugh per minute thing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be rapid fire. I mean, you want it to be interesting, but that doesn't mean that it has to be.
We don't always have to be on. It's just natural.
Right. And people don't expect that. That's the difference in the audience. They're not looking for that in a podcast. I mean, maybe they are, but they're not looking for it in our podcast.
Right. If you're listening to our podcast, you're not expecting us to be constantly like.
It's not that. It's a way different thing, and it's meant to be. Podcast is long form conversation.
Yeah, for sure. So, what is a joke that always works for you, if you care to share?
A joke? Mm-hmm. Like one in my set?
Yeah.
Oh, Pennsylvania sober.
Yeah.
Chuckle fuckers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They rarely miss.
What is something that people think is funny that's not? Females.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
I say it all the time you.
No, I'm kidding. No, I was going to say something like...
I lied too, because some of my favorite comics are females.
What is something that I... Say it again?
What is something that people think is funny that's just not
that I don't think is funny? Oh, I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this one.
Oh, you're just calling government names out.
No, I can't.
We just can't. You can.
I don't want to.
No, because
you're not supposed to do that, and I shouldn't do that. You can bleep the name out, right? Just cut the name out.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want it in there. I shouldn't have said that. That you should never. I should never, because some people may find him funny.
Right. Obviously, some people do find him funny.
Right, but I'm going to go back to something else that I was going to say, and that is the 70% of the skits that they do on SNL right now.
Hell yeah, that's a great.
I don't know that anybody finds that funny though.
Right,
so that might not be qualified for.
Right, SNL's just lost its luster as far as I'm concerned.
And do they still do funny things? Sure. That's not the point. But the point is they used to do way more funny things.
Right.
And way funnier.
Right.
So they've just, like you said, lost some of the magic, the mojo.
So even though we're coming up on 2 years of doing the podcast, we are actually in season 3. And in season 1, I asked you this question. And in season 2, I asked you this question. So I'm going to ask you again in season 3.
I have no idea what the question is. You'd think I know third go round.
Well, you've built upon it because I just got to hear it. I got to hear the season build up today. I listened to a clip where I did it and then I added on to it. So, as a stand-up comedian, what is on your rider list?
What's on my rider list? Anything? I can have anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so Orange Tic Tacs still.
Orange Tic Tacs.
Gallagher City Diddy. About 8 weed vapes. Bag of edibles. Yingling. Did I say that before? Mm-hmm. Did I specify that I wanted it in a small, kegerator? Because I wanted to be draft or can.
Can. You specified can last time.
Because I don't like puffs.
Cold can.
Yeah, it's got to be ice cold. Let me think. A pizza?
I don't think that's ever been on.
I would like a pizza sitting back there just in case I want a slice. What else could I use? I would like... Have I said this before?
I don't know.
National Treasure.
No, you haven't.
I would like National Treasure to be playing in the green room.
I feel like you might have mentioned music before.
Yeah, I'm sure. It depends. That kind of stuff would change.
Right.
My rider might change, but those are the basics that ain't never gonna change.
There is one thing you forgot from the OG rider. So
What?
you added the weed vapes and the edibles, I think.
Okay.
But on the OG rider and the 2.0 rider, you had Grandma O's barbecue.
Ooh, put them back on the 3.0 button.
All right. So you are, if nothing else, a man who is consistent.
Well, I just know what my favorite things are.
Yeah.
And that's what you put on a rider.
Right. Like mine would be lemon heads. Period.
Right, yeah.
Lemon heads
absolutely.
and fresh brewed iced tea and sweet and low.
Right. And if I had one weird, like, rock star thing, you know what I mean? Like, if I was, like, a big shot, I would ask that my pizza just be absolutely covered in perfectly crisp cupped pepperonis. You know what I mean?
Hell yes.
But regardless, anyway, that's just,
All right. So that was your comedy stuff. We're going to talk about my internet stuff for a second.
Okay, let's go. What's the question?
What is the weirdest TikTok rabbit hole I've fallen into? I go down a lot of true crime rabbit holes, so I wouldn't say they're weird. I do watch those oyster shelling videos a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's
say...
not a rabbit hole, though.
Right, I wouldn't say... And the murders, like, that's just true crime stuff. I wouldn't call that a rabbit hole.
No.
I mean, that's pretty normal for
I think the most obsessed that I've gotten since I've been on social media was the Karen Reed case, and we even talked about that.
That was fun, though.
Yeah, that was a really good case. That was
a lot of fun. I still... I forget half of the... Yeah. Like, you remember we were, like, breaking it down. Like, I couldn't do that now.
No, there's no way.
I don't even remember what happened.
Exactly.
I know that they think she hit the guy. Like, no, I don't remember any of the signs. You know, like, they had all these things. Because, you know, like, when you're in a case, it's like right now, you know, I told you I was revisiting Counterclock season, whatever, 3, 4, something like that. The Pelly murders.
Right.
And it's like, when you're knee deep in the, like, into it, you're like, oh man, like, you can, like, think about it, like, in a different way. But then, like, once you try to
recall some of the evidence, you're like, what was
there's only a few cases I can think of where, and this is another tangent, but we're just real quick.
Yeah.
There's only a few cases I can think of where I don't need to, I know the details. Scott Peterson, Adnan Syed. You know what I mean? Like, the big ones.
Right.
The powerhouses.
Right.
Where it's like you've heard and re-listened and watched.
Right.
And you know what, you've seen 18 different documentaries about it or listen podcasts or whatever. And you know the details. You don't need to... Now, I sure maybe not every single one, but you remember it more than, like, say, the Karen Reed, where...
Right.
We knew it at the time when we were following it, but then, like...
Right.
That's it. I don't remember anything other than the basic...
And I'm with that with a lot of cases. You could represent a case to me and I'd be like, oh, yeah.
It's no different than watching a movie that you've only watched once or twice and it's been a while.
Right.
Just like we watched that movie the other week. From the 90s, the Kiss the Girls one.
Right.
I had seen that a long time ago.
Same.
But I had no idea what was happening.
No.
You could trick me.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Same with Reindeer Games. We just watched that one and I had a broad general idea of what happened. I kind of knew the plot, but I kept tricking myself into thinking that maybe I misremembered.
This is a great thing that they don't tell you about getting older in life. Is you get to, if you haven't watched a lot of the movies that you watched, like, in your 20s.
Right.
you can revisit them 20 years later. And it's like watching a brand new movie. You don't have to get this new content out here, Mike.
You don't need
You got all this good stuff.
There is a catalog just waiting for you on Tubi. What is a trend that I wish would disappear?
I'm excited to hear your answer to this one.
I mean, the thing about social media trends is they come and go so quickly that they don't stay around long enough for me to get burned.
TikTok stuff.
Right.
And they're gone before I ever find out about it.
Right. It's fun because so I'm starting to see a lot more TikTok-like content on Facebook. So I'll be interested to see how that all plays out in the next year or two. Like if more people on Facebook start doing TikTok style content, and then who knows, but there's not like a specific trend. What's trending right now, which is a trend that I was going to do and now I'm not touching, is the getting ready for my Netflix documentary.
Oh yeah, that's stupid.
Trend. I mean, I don't know what subject I would use. It's not surviving in an attic.
I don't like any trend because it's by the time I even hear about it, I'm already tired of it.
Right, that's
like
the
I'm
thing.
like I've seen by the time I've seen the third one and I'm aware of it.
Right.
And I realize this is a thing because it's like the third one. I'm already like,
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm done.
Right.
I'm good.
What's a creator that everyone loves that you just don't understand? Like, so here's the thing is, there's some big there's a lot of people that I don't understand why they have a platform at all. But I'm not the only person who thinks that way. Like Bunny XO, she has as many haters as she has people who support her. There's a creator called Mama Tot. She's the one between Bunny XO, Mama Tot, and Officer Yudi. Those were the ones on Facebook that were like, come follow me on TikTok. And so finally I broke down and got a TikTok. I don't follow any of those three creators anymore because I don't get it.
Right.
Like when they were popping up in my feed every once in a while, it was cool. But when there's 50 million people talking about them all the time, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Right. How many ways? It's like, I think that's the thing about this that it like puzzles me is like, you have people like that, like you said, that, and then you have another whole group of people that are just talking about these. How many people need to be talking about this person?
Right.
How much time needs to even be spent thinking about these people? The answer is zero.
Right. And historically it was next to zero, and that's the culture we live in today. Like we just live there.
Yep. And that's and those people that live in that space of where they're talking about these people, like you say, that shouldn't have a platform. Those are the same people that usually, I'm not saying all of them because it's a big group, but I'm saying that's usually the group where these weirdos creep up out of.
Oh, I'm actually going to cover this because I found out that I was wrong. Now, I am going to segue this by saying that just because I was wrong on the subject matter, and this is going back to the TikTok rabbit holes I've been down. I spent about 2 months last summer going after a content creator who was going after another content creator. And it was all about a co-op. It was called the MCU. People who know a little bit about this, or my social media friends, will know this story well. But it turns out that the person who was going after Joe and MCU, she wasn't wrong. They're now barred from SEC or whatever. Like they can't make any trades or investments like these 5 guys, Joe Redden being one of them.
Okay.
They had to disband the company.
Right. They're not allowed to do whatever. Yeah.
Right.
They got some financial penalties.
Penalties. There's no major legal penalties. And Joe actually opted out of the settlement agreement, so he's might face even higher penalties. If he could be facing up to $5,000 per incident before opting out, but he's taking his chances, whatever. The point of the matter is that content creator ended up being right. But how she went about it was wrong. And that is why I went after her. So she came after me this week again, asking for me to take accountability for how I treated her during this time frame last year. Would I just take accountability? No, because I was matching your energy, Tara. No. I was matching your energy. You were a sociopath who was collecting money to get the taser video. So Joe got tasered by the police and pissed his pants while he got tasered. These fucking low rent weirdos were drooling, crackling, cackling over Joe pissing his pants while he got tasered. That was what gave them delight and joy, and that's what got their rocks off. So no. Was I wrong about the MCU? For as much as I defended it using the information that was publicly available at the time, in the moment, did I believe I was wrong? No, because at the time they were not publicly being investigated. And I have all my old documentation from back then where I kept asking the questions, are they being investigated? No. Do they have this, that, or the other? No. So the fact that her investigation might have been part of the catalyst to get them where they are today, fantastic. Bravo. At the end of the day, you still are stuck in the life that you're stuck in. You didn't get any money from them disbanding. You didn't make anything off of it. Like, all you did was show the world that you are able to be obsessed and crazy over a guy who said a shitty comment to you one day in social media, and you decided to make it your mission to destroy him. So no, I'm not taking accountability for being the person I am, who holds a mirror up to other people and matches their energy. No. Anyways, that was my rabbit hole from last year. I thought long and hard about that.
I felt like a rabbit hole.
It was a rabbit hole just approaching the rabbit hole. So, Scott takes are when we go through rapid fire.
I forgot we were doing
You
this.
Don't go down a rabbit. These are like
No, I'm not going to go down a rabbit.
You can
listen.
Justify.
I'm hunting groundhogs today. No rabbit holes.
Okay. Most overrated food.
Tacos.
Well, you're going to piss off a bunch of people with that one.
I get it, but I'm just thinking through all the foods.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking, I like certain kind of tacos. Here we go, tangent already. I'm talking a regular, just straight up beef, regular corn tortilla taco.
Okay. While I absolutely love it, I think that prime rib is overrated.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I would never in a million years guess you would have said that.
I think that a well-cooked steak, not well done, just well-cooked, is often better than the prime rib. And I've had really good prime rib. I think it's overrated.
No, I mean, that's we're taking some hot takes here. Mm-hmm. That's why we call these Scott takes.
Yeah, because they're
also Crystal takes, but we're just going to stick with Scott takes because it sounds way better. Somebody at the door.
I hate you. Why did you say it like that? It scared me.
I know, it scared me when I said it.
All right. Most underrated food.
Most underrated food. Ooh. Can I also say taco? No. But a different kind, like a fish taco or
Shrimp
something?
Tacos.
Yeah, but no, most underrated food, liverwurst.
Ew.
Dude,
You like it?
Oh, I love it.
That's disgusting.
Toast, mayonnaise, lettuce, liverwurst, salt, pepper, boy. That's the hottest sandwich around. It's actually the coldest, but it's delicious. Oh my God. I'm going to have to get some now.
I think a very highly underrated food that's popular down south is mud bugs.
What's a mud bug?
Crawfish.
Crawfish. Yeah, I like crawfish.
I love crawfish.
I don't know how underrated they are. I think they're pretty rated.
Maybe in the south, but not up here in these parts. All right. Scrapple. Scrapple's underrated.
Ooh. Scrapple's that's my overrated. Scrapple sucks, dude. And I love shit like that. And I hate Scrapple.
I hate pork.
I would just
and I love Scrapple.
Give me sausage any day of the week. I hate the texture of Scrapple. I don't care how it's cooked, crispy, bispy, whatever you want to call it. Put it on a sandwich and shove it up your ass.
I hate you. You're a nut. All right. Favorite cryptid?
Oh, these are supposed to be easy fire questions. Favorite cryptid? That's not a hot take. Obviously, Bigfoot. He's the classic. He's the OG, man.
Mine is the Snallygaster.
I mean, that one's fun. That one might be the funnest.
That's the funnest. No, my favorite cryptid is for sure an alien.
An alien's a cryptid?
Is it not?
No, that's us home group. Because that would just shut down all. No, UFOs are separate, babe. They're not cryptids. Come on now.
An alien's not a UFO.
Aliens are part of that phenomena.
Okay.
Phenomena.
So, okay. Then what would mine be? Then it's definitely the Mothman.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a cryptid. That's very good.
Mine's Mothman for sure.
That's what I thought you were going to say right out of the gate.
Yeah.
You surprised me with alien.
Aliens or ghosts?
Aliens or ghosts? Aliens every fucking day.
Agree. Aliens.
100%. There's no question.
Mountains or beach?
We talked about this. I want to beach in the mountains. It's fun.
Samesies. What's your dream guest?
For the podcast? Can be anybody.
Alive.
Well, yeah, I mean, I figured those were the parameters. I'm just meant.
Well, you don't believe in ghosts, but if
no restriction to access is what I meant.
Right. But like, given the content of our podcast, though, because like,
well, no,
it's not like we're gonna bring on. I don't know.
Well, no, but I'm saying, and I'm not picking this person, but I'm saying like Shane Gillis. He's totally out. He would never come on our podcast, but
Shane, text me, babe.
No, but do you know what I'm saying though? Like he's one of the most famous people in the U.S. But I'm just saying, like, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm not inviting Vladimir Putin.
Right. Exactly.
But
exactly.
But now let me think about it. That we've established that.
Well, my original answer for 2 years was Bunny XO. That is
was
no
it
longer,
really?
Yeah.
What was mine?
Shane.
Well,
the first. I don't remember what it was the second time.
Because I've changed that. I said I'm not going to say this, and then I asked. No, let me dream. No, it has changed because now we talk about all kinds of stuff.
Right. It's like.
So it definitely has changed. Who I would most like to have? Oh, this is so good.
I know who I would like to have.
Who? Say it.
Sean Ryan.
Oh, I would love to have Sean Ryan on the podcast.
Which should segue you right into the other obvious choice.
It doesn't.
Boosty.
Andy Bustamante?
Yeah.
Now,
I know, right?
because now that's like, there's 100 other people I could pick,
Surprise! For season 4 premiere, we're going to have.
No, but you're right. No, Andy Bustamante is Andy Bustamante. Andy Bustamante would be a good one because there's so many things that I would like to get into it with. I would love to have. I don't know. There's so many people I can think of. You know what I mean? That I would love to have, but like that, we'll just stick with that because that's a great answer for me. You know what I mean? Because he's right at the top of the list.
Right.
I'd love to run into him and just be like, "What's up?" Man?
Or maybe even Josh Gates.
Oh, I would love to have him because that dude has traveled the world, dude.
Right.
Like every square inch of it. He'd be a very fascinating person to talk to. If I could have anybody ever, though, dead, if we're bringing back dead.
We're not.
Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, we can. We'll bring back
That's
dead.
what I'm saying. Now you want to bring back dead. Because how great would that be? That'd be the ultimate.
Is there a topic that we've been saving? Yeah.
There is one.
It's super secret.
What is it?
I don't know. There is one for real, but I can't talk about it until I can talk about it.
Oh, yeah, there is that one. That one is real. I was going to say one that was unreal.
I know. I was going to allude to something and you were going to build upon it and make it totally unreal.
But, yeah, no. Well, because I didn't even think about that one, to be honest with you.
Right.
It's totally because we don't
That's going to be our best episode ever.
Oh, my God. We'll talk. It'll be 72 hours long. But no, is there a topic that we've been saving? I mean, there's a lot of things that I'd love to get into.
Yeah, we just
way more, but it's not like there's nothing where I'm like, oh, we gotta save this for later.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like something. Like,
I mean, I get mad when I can't talk about Halloween in July sometimes.
Right. Yeah, sometimes there's things that I'm looking forward to it getting to be about, so we can talk about
season.
Something going on or whatever. But like, yeah, no, other than that, no.
No.
There's no secret topic.
All right.
I'm not saving up a wealth of, we don't have a big reveal like on some crazy thing.
We really don't.
We're
literally flying by the seat of our pants. Whatever happens that week, we're going to talk about usually. But that said, like, what is next for us, Gilded Trash? I mean, we're just going to continue to keep doing episodes.
Yep.
I don't know if
we've
there
been
is
growing.
Yeah, our reach is growing, and once it hits a threshold, it should take off.
And I encourage every listener to go out and read Mike P's YouTube comments and comment further, and we'll get involved in the discussion.
Yeah, you guys go comment on the comments so that we can bring it into the discussion.
And that helps stuff, I think, with the algorithm. I don't know because I don't. But that's what people say.
Right. We're so bad at this. You guys see the clips.
Well, no, but I'm saying people do say that, though.
Yeah.
Like that if there's more, like the more comments a video gets.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that definitely helps it pop
Right.
up.
But I don't want comments to get the algorithm going. I want comments because I want to be able to respond to people.
Well, no, but I'm saying that helps us grow.
Sure.
We get something in return.
Oh, speaking of which, that may be something that we're going to be talking about closer to Halloween skis. Maybe a partnership with another podcast.
Ooh, yeah, we might have some very cool things.
Perhaps a crossover episode even. So, yeah.
That would, now we're getting fancy.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be, rather than like, we're going to go get some stuff.
Right. And so off and on over the last 2 years, we've had merch, we've not had merch, we had merch, we didn't have merch. We do not have merch currently. However, this winter, I'm going to be stockpile creating merch.
That'll be fun too.
So we were using a direct print to ship place, and I didn't like the prices, not for us, but for everybody else. In order to get it, even if I lowered our commission to 0, it was still going to cost like $30 for a t-shirt and $48 for a sweatshirt.
Right.
And I don't like that. I like to bring bargains to our listeners, because we are, at the end of the day,
Do you know what
trash.
I was thinking about yesterday, speaking of bringing deals and bargains?
What?
I don't know what made me think about it. But
Do not.
when I was thinking about Amazing Grace yesterday, at some point I was like, I did do a little bringing deals and bargains to your door.
Hey, yeah.
I didn't go into the rest of it.
He's ruining my favorite songs by making parodies of them. I was just saying, like, so I'm going to be making merch all.
Oh, yeah, the merch.
And first week of December, I'm looking for it to be available, but you either have to come to one of Scott's comedy shows to get access to the merch. I
hope to, and we might even have another possible little crossover with something else with that too. So.
Oh, cool. Yes. So, anyways, where is Gilded Trash going to be in 1 year? We will be going into
on the road.
Our 3rd year, maybe on the road, and
that's where we'll be, like always. That's where we're always out and about, doing something, discovering something, talking to somebody,
meeting new people. You know what we didn't talk about?
What?
Oh, we did. We talked about food, underrated and overrated food. Because I was going to say, there's been food in every episode.
Yeah,
we discovering
even
food.
Just purely by chance. We got to that on my rider too. We got to food. So
we're about halfway through this year and this season, and we will be back on the 15th with comments from our listeners. And I will say, if somebody did want to book me for a comedy show, you don't have to pay me anything if you just give me everything that I just mentioned on the rider word straight. Yeah, that's and if no one's told you today, stay trashy. Trash, where the wild things roll. Comedy legends, we bring it home. Haunted highways, midnight dash, riding shotgun, kicking ass. Hold tight now, it's a winding ride. Scott and Crystal, side by side. Barbecue joints, laughs that last. Hop on in, friends, this is Gilded Trash.